Hello, my friends. I wanted to talk to you because I haven't talked to you in a while since I did the Pope rant. I think I got that down. I think it was accurate what I said. I'm not changing anything. Can't frankly recall what I said. But, the wife is telling me it's time to move. And so I'm going to solicit your prayer for this. Annabelle's right on these things. And she feels it's time to move. And so, I'm asking you to help me pray together. Lord, show Lance where to go. Now, I want to know where to go because I've got this idea. We're getting up there in years. You got to kind of do the thing you're called to do. And I really feel the thing I love the most is working with you guys. Like the thing I miss is the transformational training. When you get into the gestalt, into the supernatural experience of shaping a person's life. I used to do these dream trips, and sometimes I just yak and teach with a flip chart, but the best ones were the ones where we had live action. I did this in Carlsbad, California, a couple years ago. Great, brought a couple up on the stage, had them completely transform their relationship by having them do a connection exercise where the two of them look at each other and talk, and it's very prophetic. So, I not only want a house, I want a training location, a training center. Can you agree with me on that? Lord, thank you for the training center you're sending to Lance and Annabelle. You're showing Lance where it is. Training center in proximity to the house so that I don't have to be in two different worlds. But why stop there? You're going to do it one time, right? So I know, you don't have to watch this if you don't want to, but if you're a friend of mine, you can help me. And if you help me, I can help you. Here's the plan. I need to find a house. I need to find out a location for a training center. I need to do the training. But I also do a lot of broadcasts. And what's really funny is this one right here, minus the studio, minus the special effects, minus the sound room, the producer, and all that stuff, will have more views for some reason than my well-thought-out news analysis or revelatory teaching. It's okay, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, the studio audience. I want to have the set with the training center so that you could come, be in the studio audience, or be in the training. Training center, studio audience. Training center, studio. See how it works? It's a dual-use facility. The house, the dual-use facility, training center, and studio, where you could be there in the audience, participating, perhaps, And so that's it. I'm not asking much, and I'm not asking for a boat. I'm not asking for a jet. Although a jet would be nice, a plane would be nice, but I'll keep on, going through the DFW terminal and flying all over from there. I don't mind that. Let's stop right there. Got to find a house, got to find a studio. Now, I want you to pray with me. Some of you, maybe 10% of you, maybe 2% of you will listen to this and will actually do it. The other thing I want to tell you is I'm really feeling convicted that I need to, and I'm in Texas, by the way. I'm in Texas. I'm in the DFW Dallas area. Within 15, 20 minutes of the DFW, I'm doing this because I drew a circle around a map. I got a map in my office. I can show it to you now if you want to go. And it's a big circle, a magic marker circle around the DFW area saying anywhere within this 15 to 20 minute loop, because I fly. A lot of Washington stuff coming up. But the Transformational Training Center, that's where the juice is. That's where the excitement is. Changing a life with the rabbinic teaching and the prophetic. I'm telling anybody that's been to them knows what I'm talking about. That's where the juice is. But the studio would be great, studio audience. Maybe we do the thing together. We do a show, have you there in the audience. Some of you could participate. You could be and do a little show, do part of it with me. Then we go boom into the training. Do the training and the show. Training with a show, that might be an interesting concept. Now, we were thinking of having it on the same property, but that could be problematic because then, people are in the show, come wandering over into the house. I'm that kind of a guy, come on in, but it might not be smart to do it that way. I become controversial, and sometimes you have to, kind of make it hard for your enemies to find you because, for obvious reasons. I don't want Senator Cory Booker showing up at my house and, creating a riot. By the way, did you see what he did today? What a nut job he is. Everybody's so, the Democrats are trying to find performative art. They're trying to find, they just need to go to Hollywood and find a better avenue. They're all doing this protest stuff like they're trying to break into the prisons where ICE is locking up these people. If they're that anxious to get into where the inmates are, why don't we lock them in the ICE headquarters? I tell you what, lock them up with the gangs. I got a solution. Rather than them trying to, fight and do this performative theater and getting arrested, why don't we just send them in, lock them in overnight? We'll give them camping gear, sleeping bags, whatever they want, and we'll bring them out the next day, and maybe they'll have got it out of their system. Cory Booker today was cheering on. This is like the nut job, David Brooks, who's cheering on the judges who are hiding convicted criminals in their office so that the police can't take them, the ICE can't get them. They're hiding them in their office and they're being celebrated. The left is running out of interesting. They don't have any good heroes. You know what this is? This is the. I think it's. There's a word for this. I think it's the. Wait a second. It's. There's a word for it. It's like the Prince George effect, or the Sir George effect. The Sir George effect is a story about a knight named George who goes out and slays a dragon, and he's a hero, and then he comes back, and he doesn't know what to do for a follow-up act, so he keeps going out into the wilderness, and then he comes back years later saying he got another dragon, but he's making it up because there's no more dragons to slay. I think this is the left. I think they did a great job with, you could give them credit for maybe, the hippie movement and the anti-Vietnam War movement and the civil rights movement, and then they ran out of legitimate dragons. And they're not slaying them anymore. Now it's like a trans person. You got an MS-13 gangbanger, and they're running out of the legitimate people. You know what I'm talking? You follow what I'm talking about? Sir George, I think that's the name of it. Sir George doesn't have any legitimate dragons, so they're picking stupid subjects to be. That's what a hero that judge was that kept that criminal hidden away in her desk drawer overnight. And Cory Booker, we had a protest, a disruption, a violent, obscene disruption of a dignified Senate hearing. They're the real heroes because they were complaining about Medicare or Medicaid, and which is basically they're fighting over some. I mean, America's doing $2 trillion flipping dollars a year over budget. We're about to go like that. Trump's trying to stop it by bringing in millions and billions of dollars and trillions of dollars of investment, trying to cut this stupid spending, doing everything, raising taxes on some of his friends, doing everything he can to avoid the inevitable, tightening the belt where the left is going to go, You're taking away crayons from from inmates, and the transgender surgeries are now no longer available. So they'll find some kind of performative art that's going to justify their demonstration of offense. That's a great meme. Somebody just sent me a person applauding. That's an amazing thing. Some of you guys are so sophisticated. All right, I'm digressing. I got off the subject. I'm going to end this broadcast. It's very short. It's just an unusual broadcast. We're praying, Lord, to direct me to the house. I have to move. Got to move the house. And then the studio with the training center. I want to keep working. I'm 67, 68. I want to keep going. Look at Trump. Trump's setting a whole new definition of what you can do from 70 to 80, 67 to 77 at least. So I want to keep going and doing the stuff I'm called to do. But if you guys will pray, it'll happen. So, no, honey, I'm doing a live broadcast.
Hello, Bobby.
My gosh, my wife comes out accusing me. So anyway, what we're going to do now is that's my wife. She's checking up on me. We want to find that studio. We want to find that house. And it'll come together. All right? You with me on that? All right. I'll catch you later. All right. God bless you. Bye-bye.